Hello traders, welcome back to this video. So it is a Sunday and we always do analysis on Sunday. So in today's video, the video is going to be very interesting and I think you guys will be able to understand market structure even better because in this video I want to talk about market structure and I'll be doing this analysis to help you understand even more on market structure. So I have GBPUSD and for the past 2 months I've been telling you guys GBPUSD is very bearish after I got this structure and I analyzed for you guys. So we had this change of character here that happened because we had a sweep of liquidity on this low before price went up to break structure. So after having this change of character to the downside, it means GBPUSD will be looking for selling pressure from this extreme point of interest. So after the change of character, we understand that the market will be sweeping the internal structures as internal liquidity before tapping into the extreme point of interest. So exactly what I said, the price came into the point of interest, tapped into that extreme point of interest before moving to the downside. So for the past few weeks, I've been telling you guys that uh, GBPUSD will be looking to sweep this lows liquidity. So this is the external liquidity that we expected the market to take out. And after I see a break of structure, currently right now I do not have a break of structure yet, but I have a sweep of liquidity. So I expect a candle to close lower before I look to see a pullback into this area. So until then, if for example, if I see a candle close below this low, now if I have the pullback into the extreme point of interest, I'll be expecting GBPUSD to clear the internal structures. That is how the market works. The market moves by clearing the internal structures and distributing the liquidity to the external structure. So, for example, once we saw this change of character, the market came inside, taking out the internal liquidity, this pullback, the internal structure, and then after sweeping the internal structure's liquidity, the market distributes the liquidity to the external structure. So that is exactly what we expect the market to be doing. And once I see a candle close below this low, I'll be having my break of structure. And one thing you need to understand is that each and every time frame has its own structure. And for example, in this daily time frame, we have our own structure. We have the change of character, and now we expect a break of structure to the downside. Once a break of structure is formed to the downside, I'll be expecting the price to pull back inside to take out one or all these internal structures before price taps into the extreme point of interest, and then we'll be looking to sell even more to the downside. So in the daily time frame, this is our structure. We have this low. If there is a candle close below this low, we will have the break of structure. And if we come into the 4-hour time frame, we also have an internal structure of the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, the structure we will be seeing is the internal structure, and we have this break of structures inside the bigger break of structure from the daily time frame. So and once we see this low being cleared out by the daily time frame, once we see a candle close from the daily time frame, we will be considering these internal structures as liquidity. So I'm not expecting you guys to be looking for sell trades from this point or this point because these structures are going to be used as internal structure. So and in the 4-hour time frame, we also have our internal structures. So when an internal structure, for example, in this case, once we had this break of structure, the market used this internal structure as liquidity. And once the market pulled back inside to take these internal structures as liquidity, the market now went down to break another structure. So the market always uses this to trap traders. I know very many traders will be looking to sell from this high because they believe this is a break of structure, the downside. And if someone believes this is a break of structure, sorry, let me mark something here. So if someone believes that this is a break of structure, of course, we believe this is a break of structure, a valid break of structure, but the market now has cleared the external structure of the daily time frame. And now it will be looking to take out the internal structures as liquidity. So when the market comes in into this area, the market will be having a reaction from this area, but it will have a short-term selling opportunity, and then later on the market will clear that high. But in order for us to have a change of character from the 4-hour time frame, we will be expecting the market to clear this high so that we have our change of character. But we also have the lower time frame change of characters. Let's say maybe the 15 minutes time frame. So in case I go to the 15 minutes time frame, we'll see another internal structure that is being formed around this area. So if we have a change of character in this area, now I will be expecting the price to come up to this high. So when coming into the daily time frame, I want to explain something here. When coming into the daily time frame, that is exactly what will be happening. So if we have a candle close uh, on this low, if we have a candle close on this low, it means the market now has broken structure. And if we have a pullback, the market will be looking to take at least one or two or even all the internal structures as liquidity. So if we have the candle close here, the market will be pulling back to take out, let's say maybe this internal structure or all these internal structures. So we'll be looking for a change of character at this point. But as for now, because there is no any candle close, I expect a slight selling opportunity to the downside because I expect a candle close on this low. But we'll look to see if we have a change of character. So because of that, now I'll be going to the 15 minutes time frame to show you a structure that is being formed in this lower time frame. So in the 15 minutes time frame, we also have our structure in the lower time frame, the 15 minutes time frame. Each and every time frame has its own structure. So when coming into the 15 minutes time frame, we have this downtrend into the downside. But where I will be expecting my change of character to happen is up here. This is my last strong high because this is the high that swept an inducement before going down to break structure. If you look at this pullback, we do not have any sweep of an internal structure. And if you look at this pullback, we do not have any sweep of an internal structure before going to break structure. So my break of structure, my value break of structure is at this point. We have the sweep of liquidity above here. We have this sweep of liquidity. This is a sweep of liquidity. This is my sweep of liquidity, and now I have my break of structure down here. I have this break of structure. So if I want to buy, if I want to look for buys to the upside, I will wait for price to break this high. If price will be breaking this high, now I will confirm that from the 4-hour time frame, the market will be willing to push to the upside. So, and if the market will be willing to push to the upside, it means these internal structures are going to be used as liquidity. So, I'll not be expecting you guys to be looking for a selling opportunity, let's say maybe from this order block. But in case you want to look for scalping opportunities, you can look for selling opportunities from this kind of order block. But as for me, for now, I am waiting for price to come into this area. This is my strong high. I will be looking for a scalping opportunity because I expect the candle to close on the daily time frame below this low. But as for now, that is my point. That is my strong high. So if I want to take any sell opportunity from this point, because now the external liquidity has been taken out from the daily time frame by candle wicks. So we'll be having some buying pressure a little bit because of that sweep of liquidity, but we will watch and wait to see what the market will be having for us. So I have this point of interest from the 15 minutes time frame. That is my point of interest, and that is my high that is very, very strong, and I'll be looking to have my trades from there. So this is my point of interest from GBPUSD. All these internal structures, I expect those internal structures to be used as liquidity, and this is my point of entry. If the market comes into this area, this will be my entry point. Stop loss just above that area, and then the first take profit will be 1:3 risk to reward ratio as usual, and then I'll be looking for more selling to the downside, because now on the daily we do not have a candle close below this low, and we understand each and every time frame has its own structures. So because now we'll be having a downtrend, a little bit of a downtrend, we expect the market to come into the premium level of the weekly, the discount level of the weekly time frame. So if I go to the weekly time frame, we'll be seeing a structure from the weekly time frame. Each and every time frame has its own structure. So on the weekly time frame, you can see there is an uptrend, and now we have this pullback. So I expect the price to come into a discount level before we look for buying opportunities to the upside. So until the price comes into this discount level, that is when we will be looking for a buying opportunity to the upside. So the price is not yet there, so we'll be looking for more selling opportunities to the downside. So let me get back to the 4-hour time frame. So that is what I expect from GBPUSD. Now that price has cleared this low, uh, and I expect a candle close from the daily time frame to confirm my break of structure on this low. So we will be waiting very patiently to see a break of structure. But in case the market pulls back, I'll be looking for my selling opportunities from this area, because I still expect a break of structure on this low. So that is my view on GBPUSD. I'm looking to sell from that area. That is my strong high, and I expect some selling opportunity from there. And in case this high is taken out, that will be my change of character, and that means the price will be looking to come into this 4-hour time frame high. And it means, because now we do not have a candle close, for example, if the market will not have a candle close on this low, it means price will this high will hold price from moving even further, because we expect a candle close on this low to form a break of structure before any internal structure has been taken out. So we wait patiently to see if price will be having a candle close on this low before we take any judgment of a break of structure on this low. So currently, right now, that is my view. And in case of any update, I'll be updating you guys on Wednesday. As usual, I am here for you guys. So stay tuned for that update. So that is my setup on GBP USD. So and it is a very clear setup. So I think you guys are learning something on market structure also. So coming into gold, I have some few update on gold. So on gold, currently we are still in a very uh, bearish situation. We have some selling pressure on gold, and currently right now, if I come to the daily time frame, because we do not have a very clear structure on gold, I'm going to use the what is happening inside here currently. I'm not going to focus on the broader view of the market, let's say maybe from the other structures. But as for now, I'm going to use this reaction. We have a reaction from this order block. As I told you guys from the previous video, we have a reaction from this point. And you can see clearly that is the reaction. And we have another order block here, but currently right now let's focus at this point right now. So coming into the 4 hour time frame, currently gold is finding it very difficult to go through this area. We have a support and resistance area around this point here. So currently gold is struggling to break that area. And I think we have more selling pressure to the downside. So currently for now, I'm looking for selling opportunities to this low. So and having this kind of candle confirmation from this point here, we have this. I think it is a pin bar at this point. We have an engulfing candle at this point also. We have some more selling pressure from this point. So currently right now, I want to look for a selling opportunity to the downside because currently gold is finding it very difficult to clear this, to break this support and resistance level. So I will come into the 1 hour time frame, try to look for what gold is doing. So I think gold is trying to have a retest into this area before looking for more selling opportunities to the downside. And what I'll be doing, I'll go to the 15 minutes time frame and try to study the structure being formed there. So at this point here, we had an internal structure to this high, and then at this point, if I go to the 1 hour time frame, if I go to the 1 hour time frame, I have a break of structure. So I'm not going to ignore that because this low swept this internal structure before going up to break structure. So I have a valid break of structure. This is a valid break of structure that we should not assume. So I'll mark that break of structure. I'll delete this to make my chart very clear. So I have this break of structure, and I'm not forgetting that price is having a reaction from that support and resistance level. So and we have some selling pressure from that point. So this is a break of structure, a valid break of structure because this low swept liquidity before going up to break structure. And since we have the selling pressure from this high, from the support and resistance level, I'm expecting to gold to have some selling opportunities to this low. So currently, if I mark this as my strong low for now, I'll be expecting gold to sweep in there to sweep the internal structures as liquidity. So after a break of structure, I expect at least one or two internal structures to be taken out as liquidity. And the internal structures here are this here. There is this internal structure. So this is my liquidity, the internal liquidity. This is my internal liquidity. So I expect gold to drop even lower to take out this internal liquidity if we have to look for more buys to the upside. So, but in case the market takes out this low, that means the market will be taking out even this low. Let me delete this order block also to make my chart clear. So we also have this low. So the market can come even lower to take out this low because we are in a very bearish situation. So because of this break of structure, I am going to respect that the market has to come inside to take an internal structure before moving to the upside, and I'm not going to ignore that. So, if I come into the 15 minutes time frame, I want to read the structure currently, and because we had this internal structure, we have this internal structure to the upside, and this was a valid break of structure because the market came back down to take the internal structures at this point and went back up to break another structure. So this is an internal break of structure to the upside, and the market failed to come lower and react from these lows to the upside. So because the market failed to do that and instead the market cleared this low, we have a change of character to the downside. So the market will always do these internal structures to confuse to confuse very many traders. So I have this break of structure to the upside, a small break of structure, and I have this low change of character, an internal change of character. So because I saw some selling pressure from the support and resistance. This is a very good confluence after I have seen this change of character. So I'm going to be very interested to look for more selling opportunities to the downside. So and for that, in because of that situation, now I'm going to look for a selling opportunity from this kind of an order block because if you can see clearly from this other side, we do not have any other order block. So I'm very interested to see what happens in this order block before I take my selling opportunities to the downside. And in case, for example, let's say maybe I come into the 5 minutes time frame, let me look for a good order block. I do not have any other order block that is very good to take a trade from. So this is my point of interest. I'm going to look for some selling opportunities from this area. This is my order block. This is my point of interest. So that is where I'm going to take my selling opportunities from. And my stop loss just above that area, that point of interest. And then my first take profit now will be below this liquidity area. So you can see very clearly on how I have broken down this analysis, and I think you guys are learning something from it. So this is my change of character, and now I'm looking for selling opportunities from this point of interest to the lower side. So I'm targeting my liquidity, and as always, I tell you guys, always try to target 1:3 risk to reward ratio first. As you can see clearly, this is 1:3, and then the full take profit now will be on that load, on that liquidity. So that is it, guys. I think you have learned something from this video. So thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and even comment below anything you want me to talk about. And I'll always continue to analyze for you guys so that you can always have a clear bias on what you are, on any pair that you are trading. So thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and even turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss on any update on Wednesday.